you are a fan of 90s nostalgia, spooky things, and movies that make you want to stare into the abyss of pure dread and sadness, then you need to watch the movie I Saw the TV Glow. This follows a boy named Owen who doesn't really fit in with anybody else and kind of just goes through life on his own until he meets this girl named Maddie, who introduces him to this paranormal TV show that is very reminiscent to Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark? That is all I'm going to tell you about the plot because you need to go into this one and really just experience it for yourself. On top of it being very slowly paced, it is also extremely dreadful. There is just this sense of unease over the entire movie. I just felt sad for no reason at all, just by the overall tone of the movie. There is such a beautiful and powerful message to this movie. I just sat there for a solid hour after this movie, just deep diving and going into people's stories and seeing how this movie has actually personally helped and impacted so many people. And even if you are not queer yourself, I think that if you are an ally or just somebody who's always kind of felt alone and didn't really fit in with other people, I think that this still can work for you and the message that it is trying to give in some part anyways, not entirely, but if you've seen it, you know what I mean. The music in this movie, are you kidding me? I loved it. I wish I had this movie when I was a teenager. I have a strong feeling that this will become a cult classic in the future. I'd love to see all of the conflicting opinions on, is this a horror movie? Is this not a horror movie? I think it absolutely is a horror movie. There is some imagery in this movie that freaked me out, and just the utter sense of dread, I don't know, to me that is a horror movie, just because there's no jump scares or anything that you typically see. There's no gore or on-screen gore anyways. It still is horror to me. It's just as horror as Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark? So similar to that. And I love it. I love the 90s that was thrown all over this movie. There are so many things to unpack about this one, and I would really love to hear anyone's thoughts. Even if you hated it, I'd love to know why.